Health Department just released an update on coronavirus cases in Allegheny County.
There are 31 new cases, and that is on par with what we've seen every day this week. That brings the total for the county to 356. 61 people have had to be admitted to the hospital. Statewide, there are more than 4,800 cases. We expect to get an update on any new cases in other local counties soon, and you can look for that a little later in this newscast.
Remember this video from Monday? Lines of cars waiting to get food at the Pittsburgh Food Bank in Duquesne. The head of the food bank now says she's worried that food won't last.
We are afraid that eventually we may run out of food. Right now, our food supply is strong, but we have seen a significant increase in demand in just the past 2 weeks.
And now the need for food in our area is getting national attention. Channel 11's Mike Holden spoke to the head of the food bank today about the struggle to keep up with the demand.
The demand for food is critical right now. Amidst the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of folks don't necessarily know where they will turn for their next meal. So now the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is stepping in, but they admit they're running low on resources. More and more hungry families, less and less food available. It is a crippling reality. Channel 11 was there just days ago when the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank worked to serve those in need. The response was overwhelming. Shopper 11 captured cars lined up for miles as folks waited for hours. Workers served more than 5,000 cars over the last couple of food giveaways, and they still had to turn some folks away.
This is unprecedented times for all of us.
Lisa Scales, the president and CEO of the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, says they have seen a 5-fold increase in people desperate for food. She says they have reached out to manufacturers and are asking for support from the federal government. I asked her if there is fear they will run out and how her now smaller staff has been impacted by the coronavirus.
I expect that we will still have food to provide. What I don't know is, will we have enough food to provide? The staff they're concerned. We are on the front lines, not as much as the healthcare workers. My heart goes out to them.
And the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is planning on holding additional events to help those in need. For the latest on that side of the story, head over to the WPXI News app. Plus, for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight, ways you can help out and get involved. Reporting this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
There is help if you need food during the crisis. Take a look at this map right here. Each dot shows available food resources in Allegheny County, including school grab-and-go sites, food pantries, and other options. And this is updated all the time. You're able to search by description or eligibility. We have a link to the map on our WPXI News app, as well as other available resources.
6 residents and 1 staff member have tested positive for the coronavirus at a Westmoreland County nursing home. Bethlehem Community's hotline is reporting that the 6 residents live at Ligonier Gardens personal care home. A personal care employee who works at the home, along with 2 other employees at different locations, also tested positive. According to the Trib, visitation has been suspended. They're trying to keep residents in their rooms because of this. Meantime, we're learning new information about the Beaver County nursing home where 2 people who tested positive for coronavirus have died. Brighton Rehabilitation and Wellness Center began testing patients last Thursday. 20 are now in an isolation unit inside the facility. 4 of them are being treated at the hospital. Pennsylvania's health secretary said they are very concerned about residents living in long-term care facilities.
These are some of our most vulnerable individuals in Pennsylvania. And so our department is investigating very closely any outbreaks, certainly any deaths, and then working with the nursing home according to our guidelines to take all measures to protect patients and staff in those facilities.
Brighton Rehabilitation says both patients who died were in hospice, and they have traced all the people who came in contact with them.
First responders are looking at how they handle emergency calls after 2 Newcastle firefighters were exposed to COVID-19. The 2 firefighters helped get an elderly man into an ambulance last week. At the time, he had no symptoms, but he later tested positive and died. The 2 firefighters don't have symptoms, but are now in self-isolation. The chief says they now have to assume everyone has it.
We actually started running a specialized unit effective Saturday morning. It's on 24 hours a day. 2 medical personnel on the unit. They wear goggles, face masks, gloves, and if the patient, they do a doorway assessment.
The unit is decontaminated after every call where a patient shows symptoms. The mayor in Newcastle also retrofitted the basement at City Hall and made it into a makeshift apartment in case more first responders need to self-isolate without risking exposure to their families. If you call 911 in Scott Township, don't be surprised if they tell you to take yourself to the hospital. Because of the coronavirus, they have made some changes to their ambulance service. They will only use their service to help people who are under 18 years old or near death. Scott Township also has a special ambulance for COVID-19 patients. Since last week, it's been needed twice.
And there is an urgent warning today from the nation's top health experts fighting the spread of the coronavirus. The current projections of the death toll from the virus is around 240,000 in the coming months. If we don't follow social distancing guidelines, they say the fatalities could be in the millions. NBC's Tom Costello has more.
President Trump with top public health experts delivering a grim forecast for the coronavirus pandemic now gripping the country.
I want every American to be prepared for the hard days that lie ahead. We're going to go through a very tough 2 weeks. This is going to be a very painful, very painful 2 weeks.
The White House displaying this stunning slide, showing even if current social distancing guidelines are maintained, the White House projects 100,000 to 240,000 deaths in the U.S. over the next several months, a casualty rate that would eclipse the number of American lives lost in the Vietnam War.
As sobering a number as that is, we should be prepared for it.
The new data showing the current pace of the epidemic spread in the U.S., the epicenter of New York, illustrated in this steep curve. The alarming forecast prompting the president to extend those social distancing guidelines until the end of April, backing off his comments from last week when he said he hoped the country would reopen for business by Easter. Even with 3/4 of Americans subject to stay-at-home orders in their states, more than a dozen governors, many in the South and the West, have declined to issue those orders statewide. Overnight, during an NBC News special, Savannah asked Dr. Anthony Fauci if enough is being done to keep the death rate down.
Is the social distancing that's being done right now in every state enough for that scenario to occur?
The mitigation and social distancing clearly works. We need to put our foot on the accelerator and not on the brake. We have 30 days of the extension of the mitigation, the guidelines. We need to really push.
Tom Costello, NBC News.
As the number of cases grows, officials are looking for a place to treat patients in the event that hospitals are full. The David L. Lawrence Convention Center could be one of those places. The Allegheny County Emergency Services is working with Sports and Exhibition Authority and the Army Corps of Engineers to secure the downtown building. They want to stress there's no need for alternative care sites right now, but they are preparing for the worst. If needed, hospitals would be allowed to transfer their least acute patients to the convention center.
80% of the state's population is being ordered to stay home. Philadelphia police say they're struggling to enforce it in their area and may start ticketing people. If caught there, people could face a $100 fine. Right now, 33 counties are under the governor's stay-at-home order. They are the ones marked in light gray. No local counties are enforcing the order with tickets yet. Officials hope you will stay put and leave for essential services only. New information now on the virus. It comes into the newsroom constantly. Look for updates anytime on WPXI.com or the WPXI News app.
Murder charges are now officially filed in the cross-country kidnapping case that ended with the death of a Bethel Park woman. It's now been 6 months since Jamie Fedden was last seen alive by her family and friends. Court documents say she took a trip to Las Vegas with John Chapman. The Lincoln County, Nevada DA says he lied to Jamie about the trip, saying he had a kill kit ready on the day that he left Pennsylvania. It took a long time to file charges because officials had to decide if Fedden's body was found on state land or on federal land. If convicted, Chapman faces the death penalty.
This man is behind bars in connection with a brutal beating in Oakland last month. Munhall police arrested William Murphy yesterday. Chester Glenn was severely beaten after getting into a verbal altercation at an after-hours party on March 14th. He was left unconscious. Police are still searching for a second suspect in the attack, Kevin Allison. Both Murphy and Allison face aggravated assault charges.
Marriott says more than 5 million customers have been affected by a data breach. The incident involves names, addresses, and phone numbers, as well as information about Marriott's loyalty program. Account numbers associated with third-party loyalty programs, such as airline frequent flyer accounts, may have also been compromised. The company is sending emails to guests involved.
Scattered showers across our area today.
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking where some of you will be dodging wet weather and tells us when the skies will clear. Danielle.
Hi, guys. Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. You can see how widely scattered these showers are right now. And we are finding some pockets of moderate to heavy rain through Allegheny County. So I wanted to zoom in here between Ross and Penn Hills, that heavier shower occurring there. These are drifting down to the south. So Murraysville, heads up. If you were planning on heading out to walk the dog anytime soon, you may want to postpone briefly until that shower passes. Robinson down toward Oakdale, Burgettstown, little moderate to heavy shower passing through that area. As I expand the view, you can see these showers coming in from the north, and we'll continue with that trend for the rest of the day today. So we will be seeing the sky clear late day and into the evening hours as this weather system finally leaves the area from north to south. And I'll show you when that sunshine does look to return in the forecast when I see you back here in just a few minutes.
We had to make a very difficult decision.
That decision means big changes. The impact the coronavirus is having on local animal shelters. And a local man saw what first responders and medical workers are dealing with, how he's helping shield the people on the front lines.
Have you seen them? Teddy bears and other stuffed animals in people's front windows. How this scavenger hunt is bringing neighbors together.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now. Channel 11 Morning News for breaking news. Now, we've expanded our coverage of breaking news where you live. Our anchor connects you to new information all morning long. Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. Watch David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
Organizations throughout the area are going through some tough times, and that includes Animal Friends. The organization is known for rescuing and caring for animals and for pet adoptions. Now the shelter is being forced to lay off more than 30 employees. They will continue to offer their humane investigations and admissions on an emergency basis. Animal Friends gets no state funding, so they are looking for donations.
We've noticed that many of our longtime volunteers who typically aren't able to foster our animals because of their work schedules, many of those people are working from home, so many of those folks have really stepped up.
Animal Friends says that they will continue to offer their humane investigations and admissions on an emergency basis, as I just said. And it's important for you to know Animal Friends gets no state funding. They really need the donations, and we've got more information on that on our WPXI News app.
Walgreens is expanding delivery service to more than 7,000 stores across the country through its partnership with Postmates. Customers can order over-the-counter medications, household essentials, and convenience products through the Postmates app and Walgreens website. Drivers will use contactless delivery. Some products that are currently in high demand, though, may not be available. Walmart has added some safety measures. You will start to see sneeze guards at checkouts at pharmacies, and you will also be reminded to social distance. Walmart will also start doing temperature checks for all of its employees. Keep in mind, store hours have been reduced to have more time to clean and restock the shelves.
If you are not sick, should you wear a mask in public? We've been talking about this for weeks. Before this week, the CDC said no, but now it's being reconsidered. Pennsylvania's health secretary says wearing masks could serve a purpose in public. Even cloth masks can provide some protection.
My mask protects you, and your mask protects me. If someone is potentially having very mild symptoms of COVID-19, if they wear a mask, it could prevent large droplets from being dispersed into the air.
She says the state is not making a formal recommendation at this time, but if you do wear a mask, wear it the right way.
Securely fitted over your mouth and over your nose. You shouldn't be touching it or readjusting it when you're outside.
While a mask can provide some protection, it is not perfect, so you will still need to wash your hands and social distance.
We're meeting a local entrepreneur who is doing what he can to help out. Channel 11 photojournalist Georgianne Roman talked to him about his new mission.
So this is about 100. So I actually started making these. I was requested to by my sister-in-law, who's a physician in the Bay Area, California. I'll have another 100 by the end of the week that are going to some doctors and nurses in Pittsburgh. This is how the face shield works. It's 3 components. You have the shield component, the headband component, and then the elastic. In this case, this is a piece of rubber seal that acts as the back of the band. And that's why I actually ended up making these, because my sister-in-law went to a bunch of people local to her, and no one would make this design. The design's actually really nice because it's pretty flexible. It's easy to manufacture, it's cheap, and it's very lightweight. Like, because these people have to wear them all day, that's important. With the headband, it acts, because it's a shorter distance, it moves the face shield away from your face, so they can wear a mask and their goggles. You need to have a lot of concern for our healthcare workers, because not only are they doing very hard work, but it's nonstop. That to me is amazing, and that's more reason why, even though we all have to make personal sacrifices, we should just stay home. At least on the one side, it is making some humans understand that a lot of the jobs that they don't value so much, like their grocery store stock person, are very important to society. Everyone in society's job is important, no matter how important we think it is. I think this is a good example of everyone can do their part, and we can all help each other.
And we appreciate the part he is playing in this effort. The shields are part of the new body armor for doctors, nurses, and first responders battling the virus.
There's a new way to pass the time, looking for teddy bears in people's windows. We found some Squirrel Hill and Emsworth. The teddy bear search is kind of like a scavenger hunt for kids. We spoke with a neighbor in Kaufman Run in Mars. She told us adults like it too, because it's starting new friendships in difficult times.
You don't realize how many kids and dogs you have in your neighborhood until you have something like this. And it's nice, and everyone's being polite and waving at each other.
And he says that everyone's looking forward to staying friends when life gets back to normal. If you don't have stuffed animals, not to worry. They say color or draw a picture instead.
Your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
Well, good afternoon. Taking a live look over the city. We still have that cloud cover out there. It's been stubborn 45 degrees and a wind chill at 40, north wind at 9 miles per hour. Here's another check of Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. I am detecting some yellows and occasionally a little bit of red showing up on the map, which would indicate where we are having those moderate to locally heavy downpours. So those are moving through parts of Westmoreland, Allegheny, Washington, Beaver, even Armstrong counties at this time. Zooming in here close to Pittsburgh, very light rain over downtown. Looks like some of the more moderate to heavier showers are between Ross and Penn Hills. And we also have that rain just west of Bethel Park that's coming down a little more moderately in intensity. Here's the wider picture and all the clouds that are kind of hanging out overhead. And what's been happening is we've had a low pressure system coming across the south. That brought severe weather, including tornadoes, yesterday to that area. And now that low pressure system is spinning off at the Atlantic right now. So that's pulling away. It's keeping our weather unsettled for the rest of the day today. But the further out that thing goes, the drying skies will eventually prevail, I think, as soon as tonight. Here is a look at our final update for our March precipitation, 4.83 inches. We finished above average by 1.88 inches, and I want to show you the snowfall. I'll do that in the next half hour. You won't believe how much we're below average for the month of March. Here's a look at our temperatures on this first day of April. 45 in Pittsburgh, 45 in Washington. It's 46 in Butler. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of the day today. We'll only get to near 50, so it'll be a chilly day. And if you do plan on heading out in the neighborhood, you may want to have that raincoat because we'll be tracking those showers at least through the early to mid-afternoon hours. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high near 53 degrees, a little more sunshine coming out. Although those winds will stay breezy, today we're looking at gusts to nearly 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 25. Those winds will be right out of the north-northwest, which is a cooler wind for us, and hence the temperatures only in the lower 50s. Here's a look at our storm tracker at 1:30 this afternoon. Still scattered showers occurring across the area. Watch what happens, though, as we go deeper into the afternoon and evening. 4 o'clock, we're starting to dry things out in Newcastle, Butler, and Katanning, and we're actually seeing the skies clear as well. Here in Pittsburgh, we're still hanging on to a mostly cloudy sky, but thereafter, those clouds will continue to clear out from north to south. So here's 8 o'clock. The rain is gone, and the model data shows that we have a mostly clear sky. Mostly clear overnight tonight and into the day Thursday. This model is being a little aggressive with the cloud cover. While I think we'll see some clouds, I also think we're going to see some sunshine as well. Of course, we will keep you updated on how the day unfolds. Gradually, though, those temperatures will warm through the end of the week and weekend. Here's the 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. So we're going from 53 on Thursday, a couple of chilly nights down close to freezing, to 57 Friday, low 60 Saturday and Sunday, with our next chance for rain coming in Saturday night.
I do that by myself because that's not fun.
Pregnant during a pandemic. Why it has expectant mothers worrying about changes in the delivery room.
Scammers are using robocalls to cash in on the pandemic. What to look out for when picking up the phone.
As you can see, David and I are apart right now, practicing social distancing. But we have been together for 30 years, covering important news stories here in Pittsburgh.
That's right, Peggy. We've seen our communities come together through natural disasters, tragedies, and triumphs.
We've made it through those tough times, and we'll make it through this.
Pittsburgh, we are here for you every morning, throughout the day, and every night.
We'll get through this challenge together.
Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Scammers are using the coronavirus pandemic to scare people into spending money. The FTC says scammers are sending out robocalls claiming their products or services will keep people safe. They're using sales pitches to get people to buy health insurance or believe claims about fake testing kits. Now the agency is cracking down on the illegal practice.
They want to use fear to make people think they've got to act urgently, and that, you know, if they don't spend this money to get whatever it is that they're selling, that they're not going to be as safe as they would be otherwise.
FTC also issued warnings to the companies who provide the scammers a platform to make the robocalls.
There are also emails we need to tell you about that claim to be from health organizations, but they actually contain malware. And because of this, you'll want to protect your home office, whether that be your laptops, notebooks, or smartphones. You can do that by downloading the latest security patches for your software or by investing in virus protection. But the most important takeaway, think before you click.
We told you the Pittsburgh Food Bank is worried it's going to run out of food. There's a critical need for help across our region. Next to New at Noon, we're there as volunteers pack bags of food to help seniors in need.
Plus, breezy today and even more breezy tomorrow. I'll have your hour-by-hour wind forecast coming up.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on
Scott and Tricia are going to tell you how to start your day.
Every single time we go to Scott, he's bringing new information. He wants to make sure you're prepared for your day.
You ask Tricia, where is the closure? She knows it, and 3 ways around it. They're the best in the city.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Allegheny County. Breaking now, coronavirus cases have topped 5,000 across the state now for the first time.
Now, the state health department just released updated numbers across the state. There are 962 new positive cases since this time yesterday, bringing the statewide total to 5,805. 11 more people have died from the virus. 74 people have now passed away. The health secretary says the rise in cases reflects the seriousness of the situation, and she urges everyone to follow social distancing guidelines and stay home when possible.
Here's the local county count. Allegheny County has the most in our area with 356 cases. That's expected because we have a higher population. We have all the local numbers scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Some encouraging news. The Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh says one of their priests who is in isolation has tested negative for the coronavirus. The diocese tells us Father Thomas Grams is still under a 14-day quarantine. He began isolation last week after he was exposed to someone who tested positive for the virus.
Pittsburgh officials have reached an agreement with the state to provide critical information to first responders. Target 11 told you 2 weeks ago when the city's firefighters union complained they weren't being notified about who had tested positive for coronavirus. Mayor Peduto's chief of staff tells us the information will be funneled from the county health department to the 911 center. That is where dispatchers will notify first responders of a home or business with a positive test. But the mayor's chief of staff says it's not foolproof.
Always assume there's a positive test because there are people who are sick who obviously have not tested positive, as we know well in this country.
The county health director says information will be updated in the 911 system every day. A COVID-19 flag will be placed next to the address. That flag will expire 30 days after a positive test.
The Pittsburgh Food Bank CEO says they are struggling to keep up with the demand. It comes after video of lines of cars waiting for food in Duquesne made national headlines on NBC and CNN. CEO Lisa Scales told CNN they're afraid they might run out of food because the demand is so high. She says the number of people they're serving has increased 5-fold, and they even had to turn away people at recent events. Volunteers are right now packing hundreds of bags of food to deliver to seniors in need. It's happening at the Roots of Faith Church in Sharpsburg, where Channel 11's Liz Kilmer has the latest.
Volunteers are making sure to socially distance. They're wearing gloves, masks as they load up these bags with non-perishable groceries, enough to ideally last recipients a full week. Dozens of donated food items, from Girl Scout cookies to canned goods, packed up for delivery at the Roots of Faith Church on Main Street in Sharpsburg. The workers, all volunteers, hoping to help those in need. The goal, to transport hundreds of bags to seniors across the community come this afternoon, and have plenty left over for others to come pick up boxes Thursday.
It feels good. It feels good to, give back. In a time when everyone's kind of anxious and uncertain, it feels really good to know that you're doing your part and taking care of your neighbors.
And this is actually the third week of gathering and giving away groceries. Tonight at 5, I'll talk more about why volunteers realized they couldn't just stop with the first event. In Sharpsburg, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
It is something to be concerned about, obviously, because there are people getting sick, and I never want anything to happen to any of my kids.
This is Alyssa. In just a few weeks, she's going to welcome a new baby boy into the world. But because of the coronavirus, she has no idea who will be allowed in the delivery room with her. Channel 11's Jillian Hartman found out from her what it is like to be pregnant during a pandemic.
Well, a couple in Zelienople are expecting baby number 2 at the end of May. They're having a boy this time, so they're really excited. However, they can't help but worry about everything going on with the coronavirus right now.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the biggest thing, is the uncertainty. There's a lot of question marks around everything.
Alyssa Archer says being pregnant can already have its challenges.
With this added onto it, it is something to be concerned about, obviously, because there are people getting sick, and I never want anything to happen to any of my kids.
Her 2-year-old Mila is excited to be a big sister. When she was born, Alyssa's mom and husband were in the delivery room, but now only one visitor is allowed in.
Obviously, it's really important for my husband to be there, because it is a lot to go through, and I don't want to do that by myself.
Also at this time, grandparents are discouraged to meet newborns up close.
Yeah, I know it's going to be heartbreaking, because obviously as grandparents you just want to snuggle on your grandkids.
Alyssa and many other mothers had questions and concerns we shared with an AHN doctor. Now, if an expectant mother goes into labor after hours, which happens often, we're told it's okay to go into the emergency room without being exposed.
We now have testing tents outside all of our emergency rooms, so anybody who has a respiratory symptom is triaged to our testing tents.
If an expectant mother has COVID-19 symptoms, she's taken to a specialty room for delivery and recovery. Then the baby will be in nursery isolation until they're cleared to go home. At that point, doctors would recommend an unaffected caregiver.
That might involve, right, using another healthy family member to help care for the child, right? But if not available, includes mom wearing a mask while she's taking care of that child and washing her hands.
At this time, AHN has not had a COVID-19 maternity case. She says OBGYN units are fully staffed and have protocols in place to keep staff and patients safe. Right now, doctors are doing virtual checkups with their patients, but still doing ultrasounds and blood work in person. Now, to be on the safe side, doctors urge expectant mothers to stay home as much as possible at this time. Reporting in Cranberry Township, I'm Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
Electronic devices are essential for students to learn at home, and now every student in the Woodland Hills School District will have one. The principal put out a plea on Facebook asking for donations to buy laptops and internet service. The response was huge. Current students, graduates, and the community donated thousands of dollars, and the district was able to buy enough Chromebooks for every student.
This support, we're going to be able to issue devices and have one device in each home, make sure everybody has internet. That will allow us to have new instruction that can be graded, that can count towards graduation, count towards their credit.
Meanwhile, teachers are already doing practice lessons to prepare for required classwork in the coming weeks.
Checking out our visible satellite, which is showing us the clouds from up above, and you can see on the latest scan there is some clearing taking place across far northern Pennsylvania, but we're still socked in with the clouds here. But again, the gradual clearing from north to south is expected by late day and evening. You can see that here on our dog walking forecast. 50 degrees at 6 o'clock, sunshine at 7, 49, sun goes down, mostly clear. Temperature at 47. It's breezy today, winds 10 to 15, gusting occasionally to 20 miles per hour. Wanted to walk you through that wind forecast as promised. Light winds overnight tonight, but those winds do pick up throughout the afternoon. Once again on your Thursday, anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour, I think, from time to time, with occasional gusts to 25 miles per hour. So slightly breezy for the day tomorrow, slightly more breezy for the day tomorrow. Coming up still, I'm going to show you that look of March snowfall and where we finished.
Will the coronavirus scare change our lives even after things start to get back to normal? The answer may be in the results of a new study. Next.
I'm Lisa Robertson, and we're launching a special version of Local Steals and Deals, shining a spotlight on small businesses. They're the backbone of America, and we need them to thrive now more than ever. Join us in making a difference. Text USA to 65,000 to learn more.
Coronavirus can't keep this local teacher from her students. Reading, teaching, and making crafts online. She's finding ways to connect while staying apart.
It's really touching to see someone else care about your child.
Coming together in a time of crisis makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Proud to be from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Great cars, great people. For a great deal on a Honda, visit shophonda.com. broadcast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
The NHL has extended its self-quarantine period for players and staff until April 15th. It was originally April 4th. The NHL suspended their season back on March 12th because of the virus. So far, 4 players have tested positive. Penguins coach Mike Sullivan took time to talk to the media yesterday. He had this to say about these uncertain times, saying, quote, "What's jumped out at me is how impressive the human spirit and human initiative is."
Well, one day this will all end and things will start to get back to normal, but it may take a while for some people to return to concerts and professional sports games. According to a consulting firm, Performance Research, 44% of those polled said they would go to fewer events, and a clear majority, 63%, said health safety will be a larger concern than before. Nearly half of the respondents said going to a big public event will scare them for a long time. Earlier in this newscast, we told you Scott Township made some changes to their ambulance service because of the coronavirus. We want to clarify the new policy is that no one else will be allowed in that ambulance with the patient unless that patient is under 18 years old or near death. Scott Township also has a special ambulance for COVID-19 patients. Since last week, it's been needed twice.
CBD stores closed. How one owner is helping customers while still keeping her doors locked.
Chilly here today, but I'm promising a warm up into the weekend. I'll show you when those high temperatures will climb into the 60s.
You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI.
Of uncertainty, we know you have a lot of questions.
Let's break down what this means for you. $1,200 would be given to individuals, $2,400 to couples.
Stay with Channel 11 for answers about coronavirus.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
People are having a hard time finding CBD. Stores are closed across the state, and as one owner told our Angie Moreski, she still wants to help her customers during this pandemic.
Many people buy CBD looking for relief from things like pain, inflammation, stress, and anxiety. But now, with non-essential businesses closed by order of the state, it's making CBD products tougher to get. Your CBD store in Bellevue is now closed, deemed a non-essential business, which owner Kathy Romero doesn't think is fair to customers.
We're as much a part of their daily routine as
the medicine they take.
It's been real beneficial. I use the topical cream.
Customer Linda McCarthy uses both CBD cream and CBD drops to help with inflammation in her jaw, neck, and back. She hopes the state will reconsider its decision on closing CBD stores.
This is a product that people are seeking for a medical benefit, for a benefit that's working for them.
Your CBD stores in Western Pennsylvania applied for an exemption from closing, but were denied.
We have our supply of tinctures.
For now, Romero is trying to fulfill her customers' needs by mail order.
I brought a boatload of products home. So every day I'm just packing up stuff and dropping it off at the post office, and my customers are getting it.
Depending on how long isolation continues, she's not sure supplies will last, which is a concern for her customers.
I'll just try and make my product last as long as possible, but if I have to switch over to other types of medication, over the counter or even prescription, I'd rather not do that.
I did reach out to the governor's office to ask if there are any plans to reconsider whether CBD stores should be deemed essential. I haven't heard back yet, but we'll keep you posted if there's any change. Angie Moreski, 11 Investigates.
The coronavirus and business shutdowns have dealt a financial blow to millions of Americans. There is help out there. First, let's start with your mortgage. Many lenders say they are willing to work with you by delaying or reducing your payments. Utility companies also have programs to help customers who cannot pay in full. You can call 211 to find local programs or charities. And if you're struggling with debt, federal regulators have told lending companies to work with their customers. As for the stimulus money that's coming, financial advisors say that if you don't need that money right now, put it in savings for a rainy day.
You might have seen the price of eggs go up recently. Experts say that's because there's a high demand for them. Since the coronavirus outbreak began, people have been shopping more and buying eggs. A dozen eggs is selling for almost $3 on average, but last year at this time they sold for just under $2. Experts say this is due to a supply and demand issue and not price gouging. Meanwhile, the price of bacon is down. Bloomberg is reporting that pork belly prices are at their lowest levels in more than 20 years. Demand for bacon usually comes from restaurants, but with most of them closed, demand is down.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. Taking a look here now at the March snowfall and where we finished. You can see we only had 1 inch of snow for the entire month of March. The average is almost 7.5 inches, so we are below average, or were below average, by almost 6.5 inches. For the month. Now we begin a new one, and they always say April showers bring May flowers. April 1st here, dealing with some scattered showers across the area. You can see how widespread they are. All the areas in green are dealing with light rain at least, but we are tracking some pockets of more moderate rain, and that shows up in the yellow color. So yeah, if you're heading to the grocery store, those windshield wipers will be going pretty heavy, especially on 376, and really more so as you head southeast out of downtown Pittsburgh. You can see that heavier shower right there. Ross, you're getting in on some rain right now. The expanded view, showers moving from north to south across the area. Pretty wet in most locations, and these showers will be clearing once we get into the late afternoon. Temperatures are at 46. It's chilly out there. We have a bit of a breeze as well. Occasional gusts to nearly 20 miles per hour are expected today. Tonight's going to be a cold one for us, close to freezing with a low down to 33, a mostly clear sky and a lighter wind out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you in Indiana, it's freezing tonight, 33 Greensburg, 32 in Washington. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds, and the temperature 36 at 8 o'clock, 46 at noon, and 51 degrees at 5 o'clock. So still right around average or just slightly below in some spots. Here's a look at the rest of the high temperatures for the day. Near 53 in Beaver, 54 Washington, 52 in Greensburg. So after a cold start, we'll have a nice little rebound in the temperatures. However, as I mentioned earlier, and I showed you the wind forecast, those winds will be a little bit breezy tomorrow. Gusts occasionally to 25 miles per hour are expected, so it may feel a little bit cooler if you're out walking the dog. Here's the 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. And the temperatures at night will be pretty cold over the next couple of mornings. 32 Thursday night into Friday morning, 36 Friday night into Saturday morning. The high temperatures, though, gradually climb, which will be nice. We'll round out the week here Friday at 57. We'll go into the weekend with the temperature close to 63 on Saturday. Saturday looks to bring a partly sunny sky. Temperatures during the overnight lows weekend time period 44, Saturday night 44, Sunday night as well. And then some isolated showers look to move in Saturday night and then throughout the day on Sunday. But right now, few and far between. Monday, if you want to look ahead into Monday and Tuesday of the following week, data is showing a slight chance for rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms around by next Tuesday.
Well, today is Census Day. We're all being urged to be counted and to fill out the 2020 census. Our Jacqueline Fell spoke with census officials about how they're getting Americans to fill out this once-in-a-decade questionnaire.
It's just 10 questions. It took me about 5 minutes to complete, but getting people to fill out the 2020 census during a global pandemic is proving challenging. For weeks, local officials across the nation have been urging Americans to respond to the census, which is required by law. Typically, there's rallies and events to get people to participate, but not with the coronavirus spreading across the country. For those who don't participate, census workers are still expected to go door to door in the coming months, but right now, they're also social distancing.
The best response is a self-response, and when you respond yourself, you don't have to come into contact with anybody. And you can do that by responding online, by phone, or by mail.
The effort to count everyone's a big deal. It determines how many representatives in Congress each state will have and how much federal money will go to local schools and infrastructure projects. Groups urging hard-to-participate populations to fill out the census are turning to things like Facebook Live and Zoom to spread their message. They're also encouraging social media influencers to try to get more people to participate. Reporting outside Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
The coronavirus song that has a Pittsburgh couple making it big online.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coraopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News.
happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Airbnb is extending its cancellation policy. People who booked stays before March 14th with a check-in through May 30th are eligible for a full refund. Airbnb is also pledging $250 million to help support hosts who have had reservations canceled. They're paying hosts 25% of what they would have made on the reservation. Facebook is trying to make it easier for neighbors to help each other with a new feature called Community Help. It allows users to post requests or offers to do things like pick up groceries, run errands, or donate to fundraisers. You'll be able to see these posts within a 50-mile radius of your home. Community Help is scheduled to roll out in the U.S. in the next few days.
The Hampton Township School District is keeping spirits up during the coronavirus crisis. Students and their families from the district took part in porch concerts last night. We were there as the Farmacus family performed for their neighbors. Yesterday was the final day of Music in Our Schools Month. Everybody's singing. A Pittsburgh couple is making headlines for their parody of the Simon & Garfunkel classic, Homeward Bound, about the coronavirus. According to the Trib, the couple sent it to some friends Sunday night, and now it's been viewed more than 500,000 times.
They're famous.
Yeah.
Now, that's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5.
You can get breaking news updates anytime at our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a good day. Breaking News Desk is really an invaluable tool.
You're going to get breaking news as it's happening. You can be assured that everything I tell you is something that's important that's going to impact your day.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
I know